The Olmecs were the first true Mesoamerican civilization. There were small villages and groups of people in the area in which the Olmec developed, but these societies are referred to as pre-Olmec. The Olmecs were a full-fledged civilization because they were more organized and socially advanced than their predecessors. There are differing opinions regarding the Olmec timeline. Some say the start was around 1500 BC, but the more popular timeline puts the beginning of the Olmec at roughly 1200 BC and the decline of the culture sometime near 400 BC. There are many theories about the downfall of the Olmec civilization, such as catastrophic climate change, illness, volcanism, and overpopulation. The most recognizable artifacts created by the Olmecs are 17 colossal basalt heads that have been discovered across 4 different sites. The Olmec gathered basalt from boulders located in the Sierra de los Textlas. These stones were very large and it is unknown how they moved them to their final resting places. The heads were shaped with percussion, hammerstones, and abrasives. The first archaeological investigations of the Olmecs didn't begin until more than 75 years after the initial discovery of a colossal head. One of the first, and most famous, researchers to study the Olmec was Matthew Stirling. The Olmecs are unique for many reasons. It appears the Olmec culture developed alone. Most cultures develop with outside influences by engaging in activities such as trade and immigration. Developing independently is rare, and when it happens the culture is known as pristine. The Olmec had several firsts in the Americas. They developed the first monumental architecture and first signs of city planning. They were the first known people to use a writing system in the Americas. Another first was the use of chocolate, which was their preferred drink. The name Olmec means rubber people. It's how the Aztec tribes describe the Olmecs and makes sense, as they are the best candidates for inventing the first ball games. The first major city of the Olmec civilization was San Lorenzo, with a population of at least 15,000. It had a very elaborate drainage system that may have helped its success. The Olmecs achieved this feat by using carved stone pipes with lids. San Lorenzo had vast influence and political power in Mesoamerica. 10 amazing colossal heads were discovered there. The colossal heads represented rulers or elites. They differ from one another in facial characteristics and size. Each was also carefully carved with a distinctive headdress. The largest head at the San Lorenzo is 9.3 feet, 2.8 meters, high, 6.9 feet, 2.1 meters, wide, and weighs about 25.3 tons. The San Lorenzo colossal heads were at the center of the site and formed 2 lines oriented north-south. La Venta came into prominence around 900 BC. It had thousands of inhabitants and was about 200 hectares, though the power and influence of the city spread much further. Many people there had jobs such in farming, fishing, and moving stone blocks from distant quarries. Traders also ventured into the distant valleys of Mexico and beyond, bringing back cacao, bright feathers, obsidian, and jadeite. Others were members of the priesthood and the elite or ruling class. La Venta was built on top of a ridge along the Palma River. The royal compound existed at the very top. 4 colossal heads were found at La Venta and 3 of the 4 were oriented in a line east-west. The placement of these monuments at both La Venta and San Lorenzo is very intriguing. Zapotes is the 3rd major city. In 1862, José Melgar discovered the first Olmec colossal head there. This led to the first archaeological explorations in the area 5 years later. The city is unique because it may have been inhabited for more than 2,000 consecutive years. It also shows artistic influences from several other groups. La Cabada was not an inhabited city, it was a basalt site located near the Sierra de los Textlas. An offering of an obsidian knife was found buried with the colossal head found there. The knife was pointed north toward Monument Q's head. The head at La Cabada was discovered in 1970 and is the largest found so far. It is the only Olmec head discovered with closed eyes. Olmec religion spurs the interest and debates of many scholars. Some regard the Olmec religious hierarchy as complex, while others call it simplistic compared to the Maya and Aztec pantheons. I view it as both complex and simplistic. Complex because it showed ingenuity in rituals and beliefs set in place with no major outside influence, but simplistic when compared with the Maya and Aztec pantheons. The Maya worshipped over 250 deities and the Aztec had more than 1,000 gods. Unfortunately, the identities of the Olmec gods have been lost to time. Because the Olmec language has yet to be deciphered, the only way to gain insight regarding their beliefs is by studying the images and symbols left behind on carvings and other artifacts. Information on who they worshipped and how they did so may change drastically in the future. But it appears the Olmec deities did not show gender, unlike the Aztec and Maya cultures that they parented. Shamanism was a central part of the Olmec religion and images of shamans transforming is often depicted in their art. Shamans are shown performing acrobatics, sometimes with war-jaguar attributes. It seems that the Olmec thought very highly of jaguars and admired their strength, stealth, and prowess. One of the highest states of being you could achieve would be the ability to become one with a powerful jaguar. Therefore, shamans were very important people in Olmec religion.